We're back to the Neil Haley Show and also the Media Giant Effect. And my guest today is going to talk about, your business is not making money. It's certain things. It's on life support. Well, my guest today is going to help us get out of that life support. Kuhn. Gene, thanks for stopping by. And you know what? Businesses being on life support, which means bankruptcy, things like that. There's no way of recovering. You learned through your experience how to get through that, right?
Absolutely. When I, back in 2002, I bought my first bankrupt business from that person who, like you were talking about, didn't really know how to run a business. And and guess what you can do with a bankrupt business? You can pick them up for pretty much pennies on the dollar. So
Absolutely great. And so pennies on the dollar. See, I like hearing. So this is something for people that already have businesses established. They just didn't know how to run things right. Maybe they had specifically poor marketing skills, or they were not good at making payments every month, or they weren't good with employees. You could take that already business that's close to bankrupt, buy it, and it already has a brand recognition and be able to take it over. So tell us the story of what you did when you bought pennies out on the dollar.
Well, first of all, it was a retail business and it was a chocolate store. And when I bought it, I thought, how bad could this be, right? It's a chocolate store. When I walked in, I knew exactly what needed to be done. There was really no fresh product in the store to buy. And again, I bought it because it was super cheap. And I had a friend who owned a franchise, the same franchise. So when I bought it, 2 weeks later, I found myself sitting in the kitchen crying my eyes out, like snot running down my nose, right? Because I thought I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. So even though it was pennies on the dollar, when you're looking at a $400,000 or $500,000 build out on a franchise, it was still a significant investment. And I really just felt for about 25 minutes, I felt like I just made a horrendous mistake because I had a little mini panic attack and there was nobody walking in the door and my kids weren't going to go to college.
So how did you figure that out?
Well, you know what? After I got done feeling sorry for myself, I just got my ass up off a milk crate that I was sitting on. And I decided maybe I should put the plan in place that I knew that I had when I bought the store. And that's what I started to do. But I didn't have any money. I didn't have a budget and I didn't have a list. So I literally had to get very creative in my marketing to get people in the door. And it was not above us to stand outside and sample chocolate. I had 2 restaurants, one on each side of me. And at dinner time and lunchtime, we were always out there on the corner sampling wares to get people to come into the store.
See, that's something, wow, that you figured that out. And then another bankrupt business as well, you took to the next level too?
I did. They were both the same franchise. They were both the same franchise. They literally were 20 minutes apart on the same street. And yeah, I did the one was in a mall and one was in a cute little downtown street front.
And then from there, your journey came that you help business owners, right? What do you do now? Yeah.
I started helping my fellow franchisees turn their businesses around because apparently it was not a great franchise. It's still in business, so I'm not going to say who they were, but it was not a great franchise and still probably is not a great franchise. But I started helping my fellow franchisees turn their businesses around. And then I started helping other entrepreneurs, service-based businesses turn their businesses around using pretty much the same strategies. I had 4 strategies. Would you like to know them?
Yeah, I want to know them before our time's up. Let's see,
Okay.
6 minutes I'll give you another minute. Go ahead, give me the floor.
So there was 4 strategies. Number 1, customer service. We had to do it bigger, better, and faster than anyone else.
Okay.
Number 2, strategic volunteering, being seen as a giver in my community, right? Going out there, doing more for other people and always making sure I was seen. Number 3, sampling, right? I just talked about that, but how can people sample in their businesses now, right? It's getting out there like this and speaking to people. And number 4 was marketing. So I'm going to just tell you a quick little story here about that. One of the things that happened 6 months after we bought that store was every one of these franchises has a big teddy bear that sits outside of it. And all of a sudden it's February 15th. It's the day after Valentine's Day. It's slightly snowing in the Chicago area. The street lights are on. I know because it's in the police report. Up drives a white panel van The door flies open, out jump two ski masked robbers. They grab my giant teddy bear, throw it in the van, and take off. And I thought, thank God something's finally happened, right? So I got a picture of the bear. I created a big missing poster. The news came out. I contacted every TV, radio station, and newspaper in the Chicago area, all which did stories on this bear napping. And honestly, that really kind of started it. All of that was free. And it just really kind of put us on the map there.
Exactly.
Come by and say, we didn't know you were here. How long have you been here?
It's out of the box marketing down the line. And that's the thing that makes it exciting, is because you cannot think like as a business, you have to become your own marketer. Yes, you have to hire people in marketing that are experts down the line when you got things really rolling, but you have to think out of the box. You know that business more than anything. So where can people check you out, Gene? I know you got an event coming up and all these different things. Where can people find info on you?
How about find me at JeanKuhn.com? JeanKuhn.
You make it so simple, just like me at neilhaley.com. And I know we're going to be collaborating together and working together. So definitely reach out to me as quick as possible. I appreciate you coming on the show. It was a pleasure meeting you. Neil, and thanks for coming on the Neil Haley Show.
Thanks.
All right. You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show. We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.